greatest dream come true. Welcome to the Hotel Hell. Check-in time is now, check-out time is never.
He's like, would you suck a dick a week for $100,000 a year? I said yes. No, no question about it.
100,000 a year is definitely not enough.
It's not enough for you to suck. That's only 52 dick sucks. You get basically $2,000 a week.
But just the repeatedness of it, dude. Like, if I was a woman or if I was gay, I'm all in. I dread going to work now. Imagine if that was your job and you got to go to work next week.
Dude, I would bang it out. I would just be like, all right, let me try and get like 10 done a day. I would just up front do a week of work, suck 52 dicks in a week, and have 51 weeks where I get $100K to do whatever I want. I'm not swallowing, though.
Are you doing okay today?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
And I'll be looking at asses and shit, and I seen little yoga pants coming out the nail salon. So I peeped the ass out, and I was like, damn, she thick as fuck. Turn around, TT. I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga, and it was just, I don't know, I mean, that's the whole.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and it is time for another FOC and chill. Shout out to all the homies already in the chat. Of course, we've got Las Cruces here. Always appreciate you coming through and showing love. We got my man Mark. We are Legion in the house. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Of course, Phil is here. Always good to see. Never enough Phils, guys. Never enough Phils. Always good to see you, Phil. Appreciate you coming through. We got Eli G in the house, my Instagram brother. What's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through as always. We got stick around. We got the Link Squad in the house. What's up, DJ? Check him out if you guys aren't already plugged into him. That's my man right there. Always checking her in for in the mix on Friday nights. We got my brother, Evil Mike. Thanks for coming through, Mike. Always good to see you, my dude. Papa Willie, what's up, man? Thank you for coming through. Good to see you, my guy. Frog Brawler, I appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, man. Happy Tuesday night. Happy FOC and chill. Oh, we got Simple Simon in the house. I know it's late over there, man, so thank you for coming through. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you. Who else we got in here? We got my brother, my man, Digger Jim. Can't wait to see you this June in Charlotte, North Carolina for Heroes Con. I bought my plane ticket. My wife bought her plane ticket. We're locked in. We're ready to go, man. I'm real excited. I didn't get to go last year, so I'm real excited to make another appearance this year. But link is in the chat if anybody wants to jump on. As always, the rules are the same. If no one feels like shooting the shit, we'll get right into the FOC and we'll get on out of here. I think it's been since episode 11. We're on episode 48. I believe episode 11 was the last time that I actually got to FOC and chill. So it's quite the streak. Could it be broken tonight? I don't know. We will soon find out. There is no drama for me to talk about, which is always sad. You guys know I love to have drama to talk about. But man, I've been scrolling the grams. It's been these comic book streets have been quiet. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't seen no drama out here, man. Ain't a lot going on. I've enjoyed the videos of people coming out of Madam Web and just laughing. That's just cracking their asses up. It's as bad as the trailer looked, and the trailer made it look pretty bad. I mean, if you look, that was the best you can do in the trailer. They were struggling to try and put something together. Like, the trailer didn't make any sense to me. There was nothing about it that made me interested. And that's usually par for the course for the Sony movies. I haven't watched any of them since Toby. Yeah, Toby, what was his name, right? Yeah. I haven't watched any Sony movie since Toby was Spider-Man. So, well, except for Tom Holland, obviously, if that counts. But that's MCU, so that doesn't really count as Sony. But other than that, yeah, I'm not really interested in what they're doing over there, man. Like the Craven movie, nothing about it. Nothing about that trailer made me want to watch it, which is weird because I love this stuff. But I guess I do have some standards. Let's see, what do you got here? I don't want to be the first on with you. Oh, well, you don't have to be, brother. I don't have, I'm good with it either way. I'm kind of addicted to Helldivers right now. This new game that just came out. I guess it came out last month, maybe. But yeah, I haven't been addicted to a game in a while, and I'm kind of addicted to this game right now. It's like 4 players, and you're in here on this planet trying to liberate, trying to give people a taste of democracy, killing bugs and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty intense because there's a survival element to the game. So I'm having a lot of fun with that one, man. Let's see. I heard my friends got into Baldur's Gate, and I want to play Baldur's Gate, but the problem for me, and I love those kinds of games, but man, it's so hard for me to carve out time to do that now, and I don't want to get sucked into something and not be able to really get into it. But I do need to play that game actually, because that's right up my alley. I know I know you're a Skyrim Elder Scrolls fan. I've been playing Elder Scrolls since Morrowind, the third one. And that game kind of saved my life, actually. I had bought the game and in like 2003, and I couldn't play it because my computer couldn't handle it. Back then, that game, the graphics were intense on that game. And so I had to I bought it, but I couldn't play it, so I put it away. But I ended up moving to California in 2008, 5 years later for this girl. And 2 weeks after I got there, she dumped me. And so I was a little bit heartbroken about that. But that game, Morrowind, saved my life because at that point, 5 years later, I had a computer that could play it. And I plugged that game in, and I just lost myself in that world. I will forever love Elder Scrolls because of that. The music, yeah, huge loser. No. No, I mean, you got to eat losses. You got to eat losses. That was a big loser. That was a fat loss. But I wouldn't change it for the world, as I've said, because it got me ready. It humbled me and got me ready to appreciate my wife when I found her. I don't think I would be ready for it without that in my life. So I ain't mad about none of it. I'm good with it. It was what I needed. It's what God had for me. So y'all some bastards, man. Y'all some motherfucking bastards. I am and have always been a nerd. It's never not been true. Daggerfall was the second one, right? I never even heard of it until Morrowind, but Morrowind was amazing. Jeremy Soule, like we talked about this, Frog, but Jeremy Soule music for Morrowind is just, it's my jam, dude. It's like if I need to just chill and relax and calm down, it's just such soothing music, man, to my soul. I love Jeremy Soule forever, man. And there's been a number of years on my Spotify where he was one of my top players, my top artists, just because I just chill listening to his music. Joust. Hey Brian, what's up, homie? Good to see you. It's looking like an FOC night, actually, which I'm good with, man. There's some cool books coming out. I know Feral is coming out with from Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner, so that will be exciting. What do we got here? Are you coming to stop? I was so close. It was gonna be the first time since the 11th episode.
Nah, I couldn't.
I don't know if you're gonna be enough. You might not be enough to stop it. We'll see. So right now it's FOC, or right now it's chill, but we might be sneaking in. We might sneak into some FOC. Absolutely, and obviously in hindsight, not a smart move in any way, shape, or form for me. But the reason, one reason, as I said, is it got me ready to appreciate my wife. But the other reason is
it was a huge failure, but I got off my ass and I got out of the rut that I was in my life at that time. And immediately after that failure is when I came to Kansas City because I had just gotten out of my rut. I was ready to get out of Wichita, and just doing that and failing and still being alive at the end of it was like, all right, yeah, I can go do what I really want to do now. So it was sometimes failure is success, man, and that's how life is. I don't know why I'm getting all philosophical, but it's absolutely that huge failure of my life was actually a huge success because it set me up to be where I am now, and I'm super cool and happy where I am right now. Man, I got my wife, I have my kids, I have more than I ever dreamed, and life is good, man. What's up, Papa? Thanks for coming through, man. Good to see you. I appreciate you jumping on. Check out my man, Papa. He's got the wrestling chat. I always get in there late when you guys are getting ready to shut down, but they got the fun wrestling chat talking about all kinds of wrestling from past, present, and future. So always a good time over there. We got people calling for the FOC.
Nah, there's enough to talk
Yes.
about. There's enough to talk about where you don't have to do the FOC.
My bad, Flo. Yes, of course, the Bada Boom podcast guest, Tony Fleeks. And you guys should, if you have not seen that interview, definitely check it out. Flo on the Bada Boom podcast is doing big things, getting people coming through, man. And I'm just posting my bullshit. And he's actually out here doing work. So, man, check him out and see what he's got going on. That's my man. We're gonna miss you here less than 2 weeks from now, man. But like I said to you, what was it? Legion's chat earlier. Me and Pocan Jill will definitely have a drink. I'm gonna have to drink a little less this time because I had a hospital incident where I have GERD, which is GERD or some shit, and so I'm a little scared about what that will mean if I start drinking alcohol too much. You know, I don't want to get fucked up again because that shit sucked.
You can come chill with me because I don't drink. So
The only reason that I stopped playing Elder Scrolls is because they have not released a new one in what 12, 13, 14 years. As soon as they release a new one, I am back in that world ASAP. What's up, HAQ Hack? What's up, homie? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through, my man. Check out my man. He's got that AI art going for him, man. But he's been posting some interesting stuff. You know, I saw someone else post some AI art, and it's like sometimes it's wild how good it looks, man. It's like it's crazy what AI is doing. I've been thinking a lot about AI because I went to McDonald's for this first time to get my kid a Happy Meal because I never go there. I can't stand that place. And this place had AI take my order, and it just was like, wow, this shit is coming fast, real fast. Have you guys seen that yet?
What do you mean AI? Like you're talking
So
about the little ads or whatever?
You pull up, and instead of talking to a person, you're talking to AI. And AI takes your order.
They got that at Taco Bell. They got that.
It's already getting implemented. That was just super fast to me. There's some people saying that by the end of 2025, we're going to see major disruption because of AI. Now, my friend who is in software and works with AI says that it's not going to come that fast. But if you're in fast food industry, man, it's coming for your job, obviously already.
Technology wise, at the moment we're on like a pause or whatever. Like they can't progress it at this moment. But I mean, the meta thing that's already like. I mean, the meta thing's coming. There's so many businesses that are embracing it, and you're talking about like, I want to say it does alleviates like some jobs, but on the other side, it kind of makes some things easier, kind of thing.
Your job is implementing it, Phil? Because I'm surprised that I haven't seen AI get implemented in my job yet. Because I work for a software well, I guess I work for Brinks now, but we were a software company before they bought us. And I'm surprised that I haven't seen it in my job yet. I'm sure I will soon. I was in the supermarket. I was in Walmart the other day, and there were wide open cashiers while there was a line for the self-checkouts, which I was like, that's a flip in the times, man. People will wait for the self-checkout rather than just go through the cashier line. Wild times, man. I saw somebody talking about how we're not ready for what's coming because we're going to have the equivalent of the steamboat revolution, the industrial revolution, but the difference is going to be the speed in which it happens, where the displacement will not be over a period of time. It will be over a very short period of time. And I don't know if we're ready, especially the way our government can't seem to work together on anything. Nothing is worth anything because it helps the other side somehow. And so we can't do anything ever because our biggest enemy is us instead of, anything outside. That's why I'm saying Ozymandias was right in The Watchmen. Drop the damn squid so we can all start working together again. I'm not kidding.
Common thread.
When I read The Watchmen now, I read Ozymandias as a hero.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Well, he's supposed to.
The first time I read it, he was he was Stone Cold villain the first time I read it. But now when I read it, I just recently read it and I was like, he's the hero. All these people are wrong. Rorschach's wrong. They're all wrong. They should not have stopped him. And eventually AI will be our Ozymandias. It's like the book Not All Robots from Mark Russell from AWA Upshot. I think that book is prophetic. I think we're going to get to a point where AI is going to decide to take over for us. And we're going to be AI's pets if we even get to live at all.
But I mean, you think about the concept and like honestly, I mean, something like that should be in place. And I'm not saying that we need like slave overlords, but like at the same time, like I do believe that humans would do a lot better if we had like, a superior mind watching out for us. And I'm not talking about Matrix, like turning us into batteries or slaves. But on the same end, like we are our own instrument of destruction, like on all levels, every aspect of humans. I mean, it's like we come up with something good, but like right behind it, it's like 50 bad things. And it's like, at this point in junction, like, I mean, you're talking about something simple. We can't even like work together as people. We can't even come to the conclusion that, hey, we were all born on Earth. We're all the same people. Maybe we should be in the same basket kind of thing. We can't even do simple things like that. Like you're talking about one of those things where like people ask you if aliens like exist. Sure. But if they ever came here, they'd be like, man, these are the dumbest fucks ever. Like, like they're so worried about like Christmas and hate and all these like trivial things that I don't think superior like any kind of higher intellect would even. They'd be like, they're still stuck on this. Nope, we're passing it up. So I'm kind of in the mind where like
You guys
maybe
are,
not AI because that's built by us, right? So I mean, it's still gonna have like some of our innate flaws embedded in it because it's built by humans.
yeah.
But like, but
Come on, you guys are hyping up AI too much.
no, but it's kind of
No,
like everything.
I don't think AI is going to take my job, Phil, but it's clearly already taking jobs. I just talked to an AI to
You'll
order
quit more
food when
jobs,
I would have
right?
talked to a person.
You'll quit more jobs.
So, but I do think that you're right that for above fast food level, if you will, education level, it will be someone using AI rather than AI is going to take your job. I think that's absolutely true, which is why I've tried to familiarize myself and I've even started trying to use it again because I got away from it for a while. I was obsessed with it. I was playing with Midjourney. I was playing with ChatGPT, just trying to see, what is this thing that everybody's talking about. But then I kind of got bored with it.
Let me
But
ask
now,
you guys something here. If I mean, what people, comedians and people talk about is that when they talk about lowest form of a job, what they did, what they talk about. They talk about, oh, these kids working at the McDonald's. That's probably the lowest form of job. Is it so bad that our lowest form of job is no longer McDonald guy
well,
who gives orders?
well, people have to work though, right? So as long as there's another job.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I think that if those jobs get out, there'll be other jobs. I mean, there'll be other jobs because of those AI developments.
What up?
I mean, it's kind of like back and forth because like I can say that predominantly like most Americans, I'm not speaking for most of the world, but most Americans, that's usually their first job is McDonald's. It's either like
Sonic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's usually like low end, and I agree with Naman. It is like a low end job, but at the same time, it's like you start there, like where does it end, kind of thing. I mean, you start.
Raise up the low end jobs so that raise up everybody's skill levels, education levels, so that they have a
We
job.
can't do that. You're trying to fix
Come on, man.
stupidity? No,
Come
no,
on,
no,
man.
no. We've
Come
been
on,
working
man.
on that for years.
I
High
love
school
your
would be better, man.
optimism.
High school really need to be better than what we
I don't
got.
think we should beat Namin up for
I
being.
agree.
I
I
try not to
agree.
beat people up for being optimistic because I'm so
No, no,
cynical.
no. I mean, it should
My
be.
impulse. I'm so cynical. My impulse is to beat up optimistic people. I was talking about this on Legion's Tuesday show today. How at first I was reading Nightwing from Tom Taylor, and it's very like optimistic, let's heal the world type shit, you know. And I was turned off by it in the beginning because of my extreme cynicism that I have. But as I read it more and more, I realized I was like, why can't I have a nice world in comic books at least, right? Like, why am I so turned off by it, even in pretend world? And like,
Wow.
and that once I realized that, I was like, yeah, let me have a nice world where Nightwing's got billions of dollars and he's doing nice things and trying to do good, you know. Like, why am I mad about it? Why does my cynicism make me not like that?
You're mad
And
because you don't have it in the real world. Like,
Well,
I don't believe because I don't believe in it, right? I don't believe
you haven't seen it.
we
I mean,
we tend to meet our own expectation, right? If we have low expectation of ourselves, then that's what we're gonna meet. If we
I don't have low
us,
I don't have low expectations of myself. I have like low expectations of us.
yeah, well, that's either way is us or self. Okay, just interchange both the pronouns, man. I mean,
Why?
I mean, have a higher expectation of us.
You know, and you're right though, but for me it's really just a management of expectations. It's like it's like the clip I posted with George Carlin where he talks about detaching yourself from outcomes. I don't want the outcome to determine my happiness anymore, especially when the outcome is entirely out of my control. And so part of my I don't care is a function of detaching from outcomes like that. I still want nice things. I'm just detached from
like you're in the same pool I'm in. So if you don't shit and poo in the same pool that I'm in, you are taking control of your own action, man. I mean,
yeah. I'm doing my part. You know, I vote. I pay attention. It's just trying to control things I can't control, and letting it make me mad is like that's where I was messing up a lot. So
I mean, I see a lot of flaws. I try to use ChatGPT, and I see a lot of flaws in it.
oh, there is tons of flaws.
Yeah.
Are you doing
look at ChatGPT.
are you subbed to it?
Me?
Are you subbed to Chat GPT? Because they have a better version of it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't pay
4.0.
for it. I have account. I have account if that's what you want.
If you pay for it, you get a better version of it, and
Yeah.
that's where the improvements are really happening. I'm not paying for it either.
Here's the way I look at ChatGPT, for instance. Have you guys remember when you had a word processor and you had a template?
Mm-hmm.
What does that template do for you? You basically fill in the blanks, right?
Skips brainstorming for you. It skips steps in the creative process for you.
Right. Yeah. So what the ChatGPT does is basically create those form for you by you chatting with it. You communicate with it instead of you having to decide what form you want to use, right? You remember those templates that you had to pick? You had to pick a whole bunch of different ones. Oh, I'm writing a resume, so this is if I'm writing a resume to tech field, I will use this. If I'm writing a essay for an English project, I will use this format. You remember you had to use those. You had to choose, figure out which one to use. Well, ChatGPT basically interviews you and determine what form that you're going to use and fill all that in for you, and you just have to fill in some ideas into it to make it complete.
And always proofread. You
and
do
always
have to proofread
and grammar check,
yeah.
which we already have in our word processor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's like an upgraded version of that. I mean, technically, that's all it's doing is skipping steps. You know, I mean, if you're using it for research, I mean, you could do the same thing. You can go Google and blah blah blah. But I mean, it's just doing that for you with the simple like skip step.
So I call these AI. I mean, they call it artificial intelligence. That word is really hyping up that application. they should be calling it expert system, because that's what it is. And it's really good as the, let's say you using AI to expert system to use a diagnose patients as a doctor. If you use a lot of good doctors database to
Yeah.
form that expert system, you will have a better results. If you use multiple of them, you will have a better results. It depends on what input we put into that expert system, what kind of output you get. So
We're building Ultron.
Well, you brought it up earlier in the steamboat revolution. Well, this is where this all stemmed. Ever since like the late 1700s, that's all we've been doing is skipping steps. Any chance humans can like figure out like how to do it easier and how to, I mean, I do believe in that. Like, what is that? No, screw that. But no, we've been skipping steps, and this AI is just another form of that. It's just, I mean, like we've made it look evil and all this stuff, and yes, it does have like some,
But,
I mean,
yeah, but you guys are talking about now and what it is now, and I'm talking about what it's clearly going to
be in the future. Yeah, because you're talking about, I mean, this wasn't around like
I realize I cannot even look at 1 week past today, man. Why are we worrying about 10 years, 20 years from now?
I'm not worrying about it, but I do like to prepare myself for it as best I can.
Well, what can you? Let's assume the worst case scenario that you imagine. What is that you can do about it?
Actually,
that's the question, though, right? Is trying to build a framework of what it might be, and then determining what is possible for you.
Me myself, I really, for now, I embrace it and learn how to use it, and find flaws in it.
Yeah. And I'm not worried about. I'm just talking about. I'm just kind of. I'm not talking about it in terms of doomsday. I'm just talking about a. I guess there is a doomsday aspect to it. Yeah,
but more usage in real life.
But I'm just talking about in terms of trying to, push it into the future and try and guess what does that look like and understand what that looks like. And that's what I see at this point in time, is that there's going to be, like, Andrew Yang. Remember when he ran for president and he talked about AI and he talked about universal basic income and all these things.
I'm a complete believer of that theory, by the way. I mean,
and he's starting to look a lot more right today than he did then, right?
I supported the dude. I mean, I was campaigning for him and all that. I mean,
because we're talking about fast food jobs, and you guys are talking about first jobs, but that's not just first jobs for some people. There's grown people working in those
job was I think is the most threatened right now.
My roommate works at McDonald's today. He's the manager.
So, like, it's not just kids that are losing their jobs here. So, even at this point in time,
even Elon Musk say, "Hey, we need to pay these. If we run out of these jobs, we need to give people money so that they could." And here's why I look at it, and this is the way Andrew Yang looked at it. He said, "Hey, like our natural resource should be shared between all of us, right? If our nation becomes rich, we should be shared among all of us, because all of us own this land, not just one individual." Right?
Am I the only one who gets a cold chill down their spine when you hear the words even Elon Musk says? I'm just like, oh.
I don't like that dude. I'm sorry. I mean, I
know, but like, you made a good point. Like, when even this guy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant, but still, like, just because of who he is, I'm like, oh, ice cold chill down my back.
He's an idiot in my view, but whatever. I mean,
a rich idiot. But...
yeah, well, I mean,
no one's all one thing, right?
There's a lot to luck in getting rich, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound bitter or anything like that, but there's a lot to getting rich. I mean, there's a lot of luck to getting rich. Okay, think about what it takes for you to become a billionaire in United States, 0.00026% or something like that. I mean, if you talk to what's his name, Neil Grassi, it's like giving each one of us a coin. 100 people give a coin, and you have to keep on flipping it. And each time you flip it, if it lands on head, you make it to next level. You make it to next level. There are people who's going to lose at the first shot, and there are going to be person that wins at the last minute, right? There's going to be one person that makes it all coins head, right? That person, and then achieving that would be, I mean, very rare. But there will be that person there, and there will be the person who loses the first time too. There will be a person who's so unlucky that you lose it on first shot. But most of us are in this middle area where we lose half of the time, and where we win half of the time, right?
I think luck is a part of it. Like winning the Super Bowl is part luck, but I think there's definitely skill. Like it matters that Patrick.
I'm not saying there's no skill involved. Okay,
I think it mattered that Elon was running all those things. I think that mattered.
Well, I mean,
I don't know shit though.
Huh?
So I don't know anything though.
I mean, he's also have a parents that were wealthy to begin with, so that's enough.
Yeah, I mean that helps, but you don't get. I mean, it's the same thing with Jeff Bezos. I wouldn't say that it was luck that got Jeff Bezos billions. I think it was a brilliant business model that just took over the fucking world, is what it was, more than luck. So, but I mean, definitely luck is involved. You know,
I mean, there are other smart models there, but he's happened to be the best of those. I mean, when I say luck, he was able to beat those other ones by a hair. That's the luck. He wasn't the only one that did it.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I'm seeing it as like, did Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl? Is he the best quarterback every year because of luck? No.
Yeah. He, of course, there's a way to give you a better chance at it. For instance, let's say coin flipping scenario. There's a way you could manipulate the physics so you get the head on. You get head. You can improve your chance, but I'm saying for general people, given everything is equal, it's a matter of luck. I mean,
I hear you. What's up, Mark? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Nothing much. I'm just trying to figure out how to use physics to flip the head right. You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I'm screaming, dog, every day.
Hey, Cliff, you know what I'm talking
about.
I mean, usually it's a jaw trick that I'm trying to deal with. Because you don't want to get locked jaw at the wrong time. It's very awkward.
Could be.
And potentially painful.
Your mind goes there, Mark. Okay, I got you.
That's just because Mark knows what I'm thinking. Mark, I've missed you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
You're on the wrong streams then.
No, I'm there. Just I don't know.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, that looks pretty clean.
Oh, yeah,
that
he must work out.
That blue looks really nice, man. Ooh. I love that cover. What is it, 225? And what is the significance of 225?
Well, that looks like a tail end than a head in, but whatever.
Does it have anything up there for the key? It's a nice cover. I love that blue on it, man.
I love seeing that. I love
that. I'm not gonna. Oh, thank you, Tyler, for that laugh. I appreciate it. First Firelord.
I think Mahomes is a very talented dude. So.
Oh, dude, he's the best quarterback ever. Yeah. He's not the GOAT because Brady's the GOAT, but he's the best quarterback ever.
It's not even cut it off. Papa said cut it off.
Okay, my bad. Thank you, Papa, man. I love that cover, man. That was sweet. You said who gave that? Curtis gave it to Roman Curtis? I'm not familiar with Roman. He sounds dope, though. I almost named my son Roman. It's a nice, strong name. And I'm also the ancient Roman Empire is my ancient Roman Empire. If guys have ever seen that I spent many years obsessed about ancient Rome. Many years.
Yeah, all the luck and generational wealth didn't do them much of good, did it?
200 years ain't bad, man.
It
It
ain't
ain't
bad.
bad at all.
Nope.
You know, we ain't quite got. Have we got 200? Yeah, we got
Yeah.
200. Okay.
Yeah,
Can
well,
we get 300? Can we get 300? Baby?
Can we get 3? All
I
right.
think we could get 300.
It's looking a little dicey every now and then, but I think we can.
I think
You
we could.
think so?
Come on, let's go 300. Come on.
No, we ain't far from it. We're like, what, 50 years from it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
possible.
52
I might
years
even
away from
see
it.
it.
Maybe
I might even get to see it. Maybe.
It'll take 52 years at least for the fire to consume everything. I think
My
we can-
grandma, or my wife's grandmother, great grandmother. No, grandmother. I'm tripping. Is 94, and I was doing the math about like, think about your entire life, like is going all the way back to the first memory, and just think about everything that's happened, and double that shit, and she's still older than you. It's like,
Well, the crazy, like I was really close. Like my family's really close, right? My great grandmother passed away in February of 2013. She died at 99 years old, and at that point, you know, she saw the century turnover. You know, she saw like automobiles take over the road. She saw telephones come. She saw from transitioning from radios to television, from television to color, like to cell phones to computers. She in her lifetime, she witnessed all of that shit happening. She went from dirt roads and fucking horses still down here to the society that we live in right now. That blows my mind.
that is mind blowing, man. Yeah, we were talking about her grandma, and we were talking about like she was a teenager during World War II. It's like that's just crazy, crazy to me. The life, the things that she has seen, and the wisdom she probably has about so many things is crazy.
I came from Korea, right? So I experienced when we never had a phone to begin with, house phone. Then we finally got a phone, and we had like 3 other families sharing that one phone in our household. 3 other family. I had a black and white TV. Then 1 year back in '74, it just went from black and white TV to color TV with the remote, just like that. When I came to the United States, just like that. The huge.
Well, you're welcome.
Fucking Mark. Mark played a personal hand in letting that happen for you years before he was born.
At the airport.
I wasn't here yet, but these colors don't run. Freedom runs through us all. So you're welcome.
Oh shit! Have a taste of democracy.
Hey, let me ask you guys this. Let's say United States falls in 10 years, right?
Yeah, you shut your mouth.
It becomes a second most powerful country in the world. Would that bother you so much? Would that bother you so much?
Yes, tremendously.
It would
You
bother me
think
too.
of like, in all sincerity, like to put it like the easiest way possible, think of all the stupid shit we argue about that our society is divided on. The crazy shit we're divided on every day, whether it be race, gender, sexual. We only have the luxury to argue about those things because we're number one. If we're not number one, we're worried about other shit. We don't even have time to think about those things.
Well, then you're pushing me towards maybe us not being number one then, because I'm tired.
Might be worried about you might be worried about eating. You might be worried about
maybe we could use worrying about some things that actually matter.
What luxury problems.
You talk about if we're not number one anymore, that means our history gets rewritten again the real way, because and it wouldn't look so pretty. Like no, like I mean, you're talking about if we got taken out of power, like man,
it's like for me, it's like
I mean, look at what happened to England. Is it England look so bad to you guys?
Yes,
it does.
I love you, Dr. Von Hoot, but yes, absolutely.
Hey, let's ask Dr. Von Hoot. How does he feel about that? I mean, they were like number one in the nation. I mean, they were number one in the world, right?
Well, to be honest, you'd have to invite Dr. Von Hoot over here for a little extended stay, then send him back home, then ask him how he feels about it.
Well, and part of the reason why Europe is like that is because of the United States.
So you think if the United States becomes number 2, Europe will fall below that?
Well, it depends. No. It all depends on who's the new number one, right?
Okay.
Like, but what I mean by that is NATO allows a large amount of security to Europe to where they don't have to worry about things that they used to have to worry about. And it's a very fucking big deal. And that's the United States of America that's doing that, and our ridiculous military. And without those things, the stability that we take for granted is not necessarily going to stay. We think things will always be this way, but they won't.
Everyone, the Romans thought that, didn't they?
What I'm saying is, how many of us here gonna defend this country if we're number 2? You know, are we gonna...
Again, who's number 1 is the major question in this scenario.
Yeah,
China or Russia? Who's number 1?
And it also depends on what we look like.
China. I have major problems with China being number 1. I have major problems with Russia being number 1.
And those are the only 2 options.
Russia and China.
Yeah, I was about to say
number 1. China, they may just get you with the numbers, but I just let's assume, let's say NATO unites up and they become number 1.
Let's just assume we do slip to number 2. I hope to God and I pray the first thing that happens is we're all forced to watch black and white TVs just because of you, Nauman.
Hey, I'm watching black and white TV. I was fine with it. I could go back.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of stuff in black and white, but I do like my vibrant colored TV set.
That's Timu.
Yeah. China has Timu.
Oh my God! No.
Thanks, Timu. Thanks. So yeah, I mean, I am a huge cynic, and I'm very cynical about America. But yeah, let's stay number 1 for a large
number 1
for a large number of reasons. Like, I think a lot of us don't really understand the reason why we have the military we have. There are real.
Right.
There are real fucking reasons that we all benefit from every single day that we take for granted because we think it will always be this way. But the way that I see this world working right now, it's clear to me that it won't necessarily always be this way, especially right now.
Some of the things take it for granted, that's for sure. We have to keep it at number 1 because we did some bad stuff. So I can see how you're worrying about it.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. We all complain about that, but man, we take for granted the amount of security that offers us. We don't fight wars on American soil for that reason.
Yeah, I don't take it for granted. It's a massive deterrent.
Yes.
Yeah. So, dude, someone ran the numbers and looked at like the number of like known firearms that are in the military is only a fraction of known registered weapons in our population. Even.
Yeah.
Well, that's another conversation.
No, that's not even getting into that aspect of it, but that's a huge
right
huge
now
in the country's security.
It is.
Right
it
now,
probably, it's the only difference,
Ukraine, right? But we are actually
only difference
giving out our old weapons away and making new ones here in towns. Okay,
not giving shit away.
we haven't done that in years though. We stopped doing that like in the 70s. I mean, you're talking about
we didn't restock our warehouse with all the new weapons because our ones we have is too old now. We need to get rid of it.
we got new weapons. They got like these robot things, and they got these, just wait.
They start filling it with the new bullets and new whatever, right? I mean, since we got new guns,
they're gonna have heart attack guns. And
Red Dawn was a cautionary tale to the rest of the world, I think.
Yeah.
If you thought Baghdad was hard to hold, if you thought Fallujah was hard to hold, this would be exponential.
We should never. Ground war is so pest. I mean, what do you call it? What's that French word?
Pessimistic. Passive. Oh, I don't know.
You just saying P word.
Yesterday, the ground war is so yesterday, guys. I mean,
pineapple, yeah.
Pizza.
Pin pineapple, apple pin. We're talking about being number 1. I'm definitely concerned about going to war again, which I assume the U.S. is less worried about. Well, if you guys go, we go, though, right?
Yeah, we do. Canada.
I feel like we don't wait. Do we kind of?
No, we're usually there.
Like, I
Like
guess that's one of the downsides to, like, like it is a blatant term, say number one, but whenever anything goes on, we're always like, people trash talk the U.S. and aspects of it, rightfully so, and aspects of it, it's just, it just gets trash talked. You're always involved in this, you're always doing this, but let something happen, everyone's like, well, where's U.S.? Where's the U.S.? What's the U.S. doing? What's happening? Like, where's the U.S.? We're $60 million from the U.S. to keep these people alive. Like, we need your money, or you're responsible for the death of millions of people right now. Like, that's going on today. Like,
that's very much in our interest, though. We are pursuing our own interests.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying we're not. And I think there's a lot more interest than it's public knowledge too.
No, it's a proxy World War III. It's very much.
We have a education system. As far as I could tell, we have education system where people people learn how to take tests in Korea. They know how to follow the rules. They know how to take a test and make a grades. They are perfect. But when it comes to application, when it comes to creative thinking and creative processing, United States are a lot better at that. But those things are not very measurable, because that only is done by, even within United States, a minority of people, not big group of people. Right?
Yeah, you can be trained to be a good test taker.
Yeah. So these stats that are saying that, hey, there are better test takers over there in Korea and Japan. You don't take a test well in the United States. You just don't. You're not trained to do that. You're trained to think independently and creatively. So
America, fuck yeah. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That's not a good stat, Phil. That's not a good stat.
What'd you say, Cliff?
I said, it always bothers me that Team America is one of the last movies my father saw, and he was so taken aback.
Was he laughing? Was he enjoying it?
It was too much for him, dude. He's
like, the roll up scene.
He's like,
what did he expect?
The sex scene.
Dude, you gotta understand. Like, my father had just turned 60 at the time. It was
the trailer was pretty straightforward about.
No, but this was like when it was on.
Like, it's like the Thunderbirds. They remade the Thunderbirds. I got to see this.
Yeah, no, my father stumbled upon it, and he was just like, "This movie's so ridiculous," but I couldn't turn away. And then I wish I had.
Matt Damon.
And I was just like, my father.
Derek.
It was so funny. My father was like, looking at me like, please explain what the hell was this movie? And I was like, well, Dad, it was created by the guys who created South Park. And he's like, oh.
Yeah. No, man, you never seen Teen America? Is that what I heard?
Teen America.
The South Park guys made a movie with puppets. You remember the Thunderbird, the old TV show with the puppets, and they had they're like the response vehicles and stuff, and it was all models and literal puppets, like marionette puppets.
It's done like Godzilla style, but with puppets, on a sound stage.
And Phil, this is what I mean when I say I don't want to fight about culture wars anymore. I want to fight about things that really matter, and that would be a stat that fucking matters, but we don't talk about those things.
What matters?
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, yeah. My favorite thing, dude.
America.
I'll never forget in the theater watching that movie, and they're singing the song, and it's like, I can't remember the words, but like there's a point where they go, books.
Yeah, books.
We died. Oh god, that shit was so funny.
America?
What was that?
Did I say something to provoke that memory of a Team America movie?
What happened? I don't
know.
remember.
Marcus.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of Tyler's comment.
Oh, okay.
Right, Tyler's comment triggered you. You triggered me. And
the dominoes fell accordingly.
Yeah, the dominoes fell accordingly.
I'm totally lost because I don't know what you guys are talking about because I never watched it.
In all reality, it is a satire piece on us. So I mean, like,
it really is. It's making
mean,
fun of us.
yeah,
On
it's
us,
kind
by
of,
us. Yeah.
yeah,
You got to be able to point out your flaws. You got to.
yeah.
And yeah, Phil, if you go in and you just accept that it's ridiculous, hell yeah. Ooh, what is that?
Mm.
We got that Fantastic Four hype coming back.
Herbie.
I mean,
First appearance of Herbie, and there'll be one in the Legion loot too.
Nice.
Because a little insider told me last November to buy this book, so I bought 2.
Herbie was gonna be. He's confirmed in the Fantastic Four movie, right?
Confirmed, yes, sir.
Is that the first
I'm
appearance
excited for that.
Robot?
Because this could be really a rebirth for it. We could even move away from the normal Avengers stuff and let's do some Fantastic Four stuff. Maybe introduce some other elements, and just start a whole fresh thing. But I do want I know you guys didn't like it, but I do want an Eternals movie, man. I posted the end of Eternals, where the Celestial takes Cersei, and I want to know what happens next, man. I want to go back.
The visuals are so gorgeous, and seeing like that Kirby-esque design to them and everything.
Yeah.
The
story was boring. I was bored through much of that movie.
I still think if they would have edited it to be chronological, because like as we're going through the movie, we like cutscene to the past to highlight one of the Eternals in a moment. And cutscene. If we would have just done it chronologically, started in the past, went through those cutscenes to catch up with the current, I think that would have helped so much. It would have made the rest of the movie feel shorter and faster.
They needed to cut a lot. Yeah, because there was. I was like I remember thinking in the theater, man, I don't care about anything that's happening. Like we're going through all the Celestials' feelings and all this shit. And I'm like, I don't care about
Celestials.
Any of are not Celestials, the Eternals, my guy. I don't care
either.
about any of this. So, and everybody mentions there's that Tiamat is still in that frozen in that ocean, and the MCU has not acknowledged it at any point in
At
time,
all.
anywhere ever.
You know,
It's
it's been
like
so long.
The whole continent, the continent-sized hand.
It's like, come on. But I got hopes, man. We need a reboot and I got high hopes for Gunn too. Like it could be really exciting times coming our way.
Because the Madam Web universe could be spiraling.
If the movies are good, we can get some comic book spec going, and comic book spec is fun. You hate it or love it, it's fun, and it really gets the game moving and shaking and gives us stuff to talk about.
So is it a movie or is it a COVID pandemic that caused comic book spike?
I don't think it was just COVID though. I think it was also the movies.
It was a perfect storm. That was the ultimate high of the MCU. The ultimate high at the lockdown. So people needed something to do, and people needed another source of income largely, and a lot of people were interested in this stuff, so they dabbled in it. Yeah. It was great that it was there as a resource. I think if that wasn't there, a lot of people might have been out there doing dirty deeds for dollars.
I bet they are.
Is it GameSpot thing?
I'm certain that happened anyway.
People breaking into houses and stuff.
Nornrad, that would be so lit, man. That really would be lit. I don't know if I mean, I do want to build it to Galactus.
Well, that is the thing, though. The Celestial being like that's why Galactus consumes planets. It's not because the planet itself; it's because the Celestial is the cosmic balance. If you read the whole Earth X stuff, the Celestial being like inside of our planets is what he's actually nourishing on. Like I don't know if they've gone back and watered down Marvel since then, but they cover that, and I'm sure they have. But in the whole Earth X things with like planets being what incubates Celestials, and Galactus
what
comes.
Year that started, Mark?
What?
What year that started that particular storyline?
Earth X, that had to be like early 2000s, I think.
99, or it was like right there.
It was 99.
I'll have to go.
Yeah, it was like right there.
I've never taken Earth X's canon because there's too much.
It was weird.
Insanity in there.
Alex Ross.
Now, but I will tell you, Mark.
Yeah, it was Alex Ross.
The whole celestial seeding thing.
He just
has been used in other parts of canon Marvel universe.
That's what I'm saying. That there's aspects of it, just like Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come takes place because that's what it was considered like an equivalent to at the time, like a Marvel kind of future perspective kind of thing. But there's aspects of Earth X that have already come to pass or they use and stuff like that. Just like with Kingdom Come, you don't have to hardline canon every bit of it. But when you're talking about the foundational stuff of like Celestials or Galactus, that's a little bit different than saying like maybe Captain America wears a flag as a suit late in life.
I like the Eternals. I could just do without the one movie from the MCU that has a Superman reference in it. Like, can we get rid of the Superman reference? Like, why did we need that in that movie? Like,
what movie was that?
Eternals. They talked about Batman in it. They talked about Superman in it.
I mean, they killed their only Superman equivalent right away, pretty much.
Yeah, but still, like,
I don't know. Comic books had that too. You know, you guys know that?
Yeah,
they did. DC did.
Barry Allen popped up in a Marvel book.
Captain Marvel.
Kid's been in a bunch of Marvel stuff.
Captain Marvel boasted about in a little square box. You know, back in '70s, it's basically boasted about how Captain Marvel is not like a Superman. He is a vulnerable. You know, it's right in the box. It was sort of like knocking Superman, saying he's too invincible. You know, it makes a bad story.
Like Peter from Heroes.
So,
yeah.
Peter got OP and it made it hard to write the story because what do you do when Peter?
Yeah, so they knocked him down off that pedestal as hard as
well, they had to because he was
quick.
so powerful. He could fix anything, you know. When he got what was the time traveler's name? I can't remember his name.
Hero.
That's Hero. Remember when that was our superhero stuff we had going? Save the children, save the world.
Writer's strike was like rocked me to my core. It ruined all of television for me in that era of time. I was like, why would you just Peter straight up left the Irish girl stranded in a
I was thinking Lost.
Like she was just gone. Like we just never spoke of her again, and he didn't even lose sleep over it.
Both shows, that's when they lost momentum, was due to that strike. Lost.
They lost their way after season 1, man. Things got crazy. But I'll never forget that scene.
So hard, and it was just. I will give it to them. There was a couple times where they kind of got like a little something going, but it was just.
Heroes is good all the way up until like the last season. I mean, there was some times where it goes all crazy, but I mean, there's only like 4 seasons.
I remember thinking 1 was fun, especially when Peter's brother is president and he gets a hold of Hayden Christensen's character, but then it turns out it's Siler and he starts cutting her head. I'll never forget that.
I love Siler.
One and done. I mean,
for me, you don't even get to him to the second season. Like
second season was okay, and then by the season 3, I think the season 3 was the strike, and that's when it got really.
Yeah,
season 2 was the strike, and that's why it starts to falter heavily. Yeah. Right, because like the original ending for season 2 was they think they saved the day, and then the virus bottle drops and breaks, and they are moving forward. They're supposed to freak out, not knowing what virus they've released, right? But that's not what happened. If anything, you see, like I think it's Peter who reaches out his hand, catches the vial, and then that's it.
Man, you're way better than I do.
Yeah.
Have you watched it recently?
Well, I'm a big fan of a lot of it because the creator of Pushing Daisies wrote a lot of episodes, and he actually pulled people from that show over, like oh my god, the mother of I can't even remember. But the point is, he pulled people over from that show. He did a nice job with it. His episodes are really good, really tight, flow together nicely. The ones that he wrote, and then it's just people fumbling with the ball the rest of season 3, and then season 4. Not great, but actually has a cohesive story that's just not great.
Yeah,
Cliff,
the heroes are boring.
Huh?
Whose house are you in?
I'm in my house.
You don't know me. You're in like a completely different room with this comic setup, fucking oil painting by Thomas Kincaid.
Do you not recognize?
I know you don't recognize the painting.
I recognize that painting.
The floorboards,
covered up couch or some shit.
Do you not recognize the painting?
I didn't paint it. Where's the burgundy room?
My remodeled room is almost completed. Here it is.
It looks fucking
great now.
I missed the hype of that ASM 55. That was some fun hype, man. I want some hype like that back. Those are
That
always good.
ASM 55.
Yeah, all of them. The white one, the blue one, the red one.
The only hype for me for that issue is that I won it. And the day I won it, I got the notification on my phone while I was going to Empire Comics' funeral, right? And then that's when I found out I won it, and then I was like, "This anyhow." That is like, it's not even first printing, but like, forget it. That's like forever.
I like all of them. I like all of them together. The white one, the blue one, and the red one. They all look nice to me.
That Christopher Reeve foil behind you looks great too.
And that is from.
There it is.
Yeah, that's from my Miko mystery box.
Yeah, you scored on that one.
Listen, that was such a gamble. It really was. And then when I opened the box and saw that, I was like,
you got that box from BTC, right?
Yes.
So it was never a gamble. Guaranteed fire. Guaranteed fire.
BTC gonna take care of you.
It's gonna be something. I mean, really, did they honestly go, this guy's name looks familiar? Who else is named Clifford? Send him a Superman. Maybe.
Cliff, what's going on with you, brother? Link is in the chat. Check out my man.
Oh shit, Marcus
Clifford
is kicking us
on
out.
NY. We're at an hour. What's going on with you, Cliff? I want to play Helldivers.
What
are you muted?
What kind of answer are you looking for from that question? Because I've had a hell of a 2 weeks. So,
what's in your backpack currently?
You want to tell us what you have coming up?
Yeah, what do you want to plug, brother?
Okay, that's
you about to get plugged.
I would like to get plugged by. No, I'm kidding.
Oh lordy! Oh lordy! No, go ahead. What's up?
Both mats. Just send me both mats. We'll figure it out.
Two mats, please.
I'll make Italian food and hot dogs, and I'll just figure out what I'm going to do with the 2 mats. But that's for the OnlyFans, not for YouTube. Thursday, I'm going to wrap up this month's Crisis Quest. Next month, I'm probably going to stick to Thursdays, but I'm going to do different guests each week. And I hope to have a little special episode for next week or next month that should be interesting. And that's it. And then the same old usual, 5 p.m. on Sundays with the movie review. This trilogy that we're covering is the Olympus Has Fallen trilogy. That's the one we're starting now.
They made 3 of those?
Oh, they most certainly did, much to my chagrin, my friend, because now I have to watch them.
You ain't mad about it.
Number 4 is on the way.
I remember enjoying the first one a little bit, but that's about as far as it goes. So that'll be for Sunday. Monday, we do Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. Tuesdays, like today, we record the comic shop, which I ran to do after my friend's funeral. So it's just been a lot. It's just a lot going on.
Well,
but
sorry about your friend.
At least I am having a lot of fun with the trivia show, and that's pretty cool.
That's what we're here for, man. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Check out Cliff on NY. That's my man right there. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you. Naman, what's going on with you?
I've got AOK. I'm gonna open a couple of AOK tomorrow. I already recorded the video. I'm just gonna release it tomorrow. Edit it and release it. And then Mike, when is our Katat?
This Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss Dark Tower series second section of Drawing of the 3. So that's gonna be fun. And,
when is that again? Is that on Evil's channel?
Evil's channel, Mike's channel. Yeah. And I'm really tied up because I'm doing some kind of a secret project, but I can't say anything about that one.
Little teaser for you.
Yeah.
Watch this space. Link is in the chat. Thank you for jumping on, Nam, and I appreciate you, man. Check my man out. Thanks for jumping on. Mark, Legion of Comics, what's going on with you, my man?
Tomorrow's a new episode of the weekly vlog that drops. Been having a blast making those. Gets the whole family involved with it, which makes this all more enjoyable. You know, it's just so fun because they got a lot going on that they enjoy doing, and a lot of times I'm with them when we do it. Just unboxed some badass McFarlane stuff that just showed up early. Badass.
Are we talking about the little fix
from Whatnot or from where?
What is this? Are you doing the cocaine?
I'm implying that you took off Superman's head and put another Superman head on it.
No, I haven't done any content with that. My God, that thing is amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
This is different and cool, and I don't give a fuck. I'll show you guys.
Ooh, look at
Anne Hathaway.
Let's go.
Do you open that or not?
No, I just took it out of the cardboard it was shipped in. But this is the first time that they did Anne Hathaway Catwoman. Y'all know I'm a movie figure collector. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Yeah, it looks good.
I think she's the
exclusive one where the goggles will actually move. There's a single figure one that they released after this that does not do that. I'm excited. And then the Hong Kong skydive. So Christian Bale. So thank God I didn't buy a custom head. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
Shout out to Custom Head. But yeah, that's got me excited, you know. But this past Monday, I uploaded the comic spec video because I'm in this whole fight the no FOMO thing right now. You know, I don't buy it. But people sure as shit got the right to buy into it.
I am also fighting it. Let's do this together.
You know what I mean?
Like tag team. Started right here.
Yeah, it was really Mike. I've never seen Mike actually upset about something, and like so now, like I got like a whole giant FOMO giveaway happening. You know, all the FOMO.
I love
it. That's all.
That's beautiful. Someone's gonna win that shit.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Someone's gonna shit themselves when they win that one.
They are.
But I'll be drawing for the Legion Loot winner this Sunday night live during Out Weeks. And I'm not sure if this week we'll be doing the Dune spoiler special. I will be seeing Dune Thursday at 7 at the IMAX. I'm very excited. Make sure y'all get out.
Oh, gosh, I want to watch that.
Theaters. Support your goddamn theaters or we won't have them anymore.
It's facts. Big facts,
true.
Man.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I'll go out and see it. Maybe I'll watch the first one. You got a point, man. We do need to support these things.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I will buy your goddamn ticket if you want to come watch it with me.
All right, I'll take care of the plane. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's say, what about that plane ticket? Thank you for jumping on, Mark. I appreciate you. Check out Legion of Comics. We are Legion. Always appreciate you jumping on, my brother. Let's see. Mike, what do you got going on? And Papa, get ready.
Like Naman said, we're doing the part 2 on the Stephen King, my live discussion. We're doing the whole Dark Tower series. This is the second book, the drawing of the 3. And it's going to be this Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain. Come by. I don't know what we're going to be talking. But other than that, me and Trev, Sunday nights, I always forget this one, 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 o'clock Eastern. I have no idea.
Nala Chiefsy Nadamas. Shout out to Trev. Let me get his link in there too. Definitely check the homies out.
What was happy.
Thank you for jumping on, Mike. Always appreciate you. You stopped you guys. I was really gonna push for FOC this week, but you guys
I saw it.
Foiled me once again. Papa, what's going on with you, man? Check him out. He's got the wrestling chat with Beckerman, and oftentimes Biggie is there. It's a good time if you're into the wrestling world. They got a lot of knowledge and a lot of fun hanging out with them. So check out that show, and oops, not that one again. And then we'll see what else he's got going on here. Thursday Wrestling, as always. Check it out. Link is in the chat right there. Church on Sundays with Bleecker Street. That's a good shout out right there. Always a good time. Starting at 9:45 a.m. God's time. 10:45 a.m. Heathen time if you're on that schedule over there.
Omnipresent.
Check out Bleecker
on the dang it, I can't type today. What is wrong with me? But always a good time over there too. Check out Bleak, great dude. And thank you to everybody that jumped on. I will plug something this week, and it's gonna be my friends that I did a show with called the Comic Book Story Time. I'm really proud of it. And if you haven't ever watched them, you should give them a look because they're pretty cool. Beckerman started it off talking about why Mockingbird, or actually Hawkeye, never deserved Mockingbird. Mockingbird was the greatest thing that ever happened to Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's a dick. And Beckerman thoroughly explains to you why. And then, of course, going on to Sleepy Reader, who had a great episode, Junkyard Joe with Poke and Joe. My man Cali Comics talked about mental health and Beta Ray Bill. I enjoyed putting that one together. And then finally, my comic book dad, Lorenzo, talked about his love for Not Brand Eck growing up. So if you have not seen that, man, everybody who worked on that, we all worked hard on it. They were sweating in the studio trying to put it together, and then I was sweating trying to edit it together and make sure that they looked as good as possible. So if you got time, I think they're worthwhile. Check them out. But that's all I got for you this week, guys. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody that jumps on and stops me from FOC. It's always a good time. We got all kinds of subjects in. We got political. We got all good time. Always interesting conversations, man. Thank you as always. Until next time.